Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. This is another episode of the TSTO Battle of the Best Events. So, we of course are coming across halfway of round 2, which is very cool. So, today's episode will be Gamer Games versus Treehouse of Horror XXX. Both are updates from last year, so it will be interesting to see which one of these wins. Especially relevant, seeing as we have the 2020 Halloween currently, the XXXI Halloween currently. Obviously last year's was the XXX 30, now we're on 31, so very interesting. We're gonna compare last year's one to Gamer Games, which was, we also got a sequel to that this year, so yeah, it's kind of relevant. I like it. So we're going to start off with the older of the events, which of course is Gamer Games, but it's not older by much. So, of course, 5 points to be won. First point, you guys probably know, structure and theme. Second point, characters. Third point is buildings. Fourth point is decorations. And fifth point is my general feel of the update as of today. So, let's just jump straight into it with Gamer Games. Structure and theme. Of course, it is a multi-event. It's from last year, so of course it would be. It's a multi-event, which is mini events repeated 4 times. The theme for Gamer Games was, of course, video games. So we got a lot of video game characters from within the show in the game, and that was the kind of general feel. It was sort of based off the whole episode with the what's it called, the Food Wife, season 23 episode, where you have the characters gaming, doing the esport thing. So yeah. That's the theme. We talked about the structure. Wasn't anything else special. It was a simple mini event, so not much more to be said. Video games. Moving on, we of course have Treehouse of Horror. Now, I like same structure, but I'm iffy on this because I like the Treehouse of Horror. This one, but it's kind of it feels a little loose, right? So it feels like a lot of things have been thrown together and they've just kind of, they're throwing crap at the wall and see what sticks kind of thing. It felt like that a little bit, I will be honest. It was structured in a way though. We had of course the Rigelian act, so that one felt okay. Yeah, I'm a little iffy on their theme. Of course it is Halloween as the theme, but it was very kind of sticky, it wasn't sticky, it was like very loose. Not sticky, loose. So yeah, who do I give the point to? This is hard, I'll be honest. Because structure and theme-wise, they're about, structure-wise, they're on the same par because they are the same structure, pretty much. Theme-wise, I prefer the concept of Gamer Games more, I'll be honest. But the execution of that theme wasn't done particularly well. Whereas the Treehouse of Horror, I like the theme of Halloween overall. I think, yeah, it's a cool theme. Spooky characters are a cool theme, but it wasn't executed very well either. So it's tricky. This one is really, really hard. So I'm going to give it to Treehouse of Horror, but only just because I just think the way that Gamer Games have executed, I really love the concept of Gamer Games. I thought that was a cool idea, but they just executed it so lazily, in my opinion. So I'm gonna have to give it to Treehouse of Horror. Although I will say Treehouse of Horror's theme was a little loose for sure. Moving on, we of course have characters. So starting with Gamer Games, so we got a few characters. We of course had the Detonator, who I'm like as a meh character in my opinion. Dash Dingo, good I would say. Report Card, oh yeah, good. Grief Counselor, not great. Mr. Dirt is good. I mean, I appreciate the fact that he's a Simpsons game character at least, so I'm glad that they brought something in from that game. Stick Up Walrus, I would say is good. And Blocko Angelica Button, I would say is meh. Nothing great. And it probably should have been a costume. And then moving on, we also had some skins from the Gamer Games update. We of course had Crustcraft Krusty, which is honestly meh. General Splatten is a meh for me as well, and Smell You Later is also a meh. Those 3 are kind of mehs for me. I just don't think they were that great. They're okay, sure. They make the characters look bigger, but they're not amazing. But I wouldn't say they're bad either. They're just kind of meh. So moving on, we of course have Halloween. So we had Malicious Crub. I'd say he's meh. Zia Simpson is definitely good. gelatinous Homer. Oh, he's bad, I would say, just because I think it should have been a skin. Martin of the Opera is meh. I'm gonna say meh. Lucifer Satan. I'm pretty sure it's a TapTap exclusive, but as far as TapTap exclusive goes, I would say it was good. I'm gonna say good overall for Lucifer Satan. Monkey Paw Salesman is good. Dr. Griffin, good. Bridge Troll Mo, bad for definite. Kamala. Kamala. I'm thinking of the vice president candidate. Yeah, good. I would say good. And God, amazing. Okay, God was overpriced, sure. I don't care. I'm still like, I'm still kind of like, it's God. Come on, give him a break. He's got to be expensive. I don't know. I still think God's a good character, although I can see the price. So comparing that with Game of Games, it's another tricky one. So if we get rid of the mess and the bads, let's focus on the goods. So Game of Games has 1 with Dash Dingo, 2 with Report Card, 3 with Mr. Dirt, and 4 with Sticklemutt Walrus. And you know what? I'll throw in 1 costume. We've got 3 costumes, but they're all kind of mess. I'll throw in 1 costume because 3 mess is better than 1 bad. So I'll throw in 1 costume. So that's 5. So then with the Halloween, we of course have Zia is good. Lucifer Satan, I like it. I like Lucifer Satan overall, so I'm gonna say good. Monkey Paw Salesman, good. Dr. Griffin, good. Kamala is good, and God is good. So it's tight because I'm questioning if I should make Lucifer Satan good, but just for that tiny little edge, it goes to Treehouse of Horror. Just about, not by much. This one is pretty tight. So moving on, we of course have buildings. So starting off with Game of Games, we have the E4 Convention Center, which is meh in my opinion. I hate those corner buildings, I'll be honest. Blockoland, which is again meh. It's kind of too small. Maple HQ, I like that one overall, although the bubbles are kind of weird, but I didn't mind it. Happy Little Elves Farm is terrible, the worst building of the year by far. And the COE Championship Arena, it's okay, although I found it really difficult to decorate. Moving on, we of course have the Halloween ones, the Treehouse of Horror Halloween ones. So the buildings we got were, of course, the Hagen Death, which is okay. Dracula's Castle, very, very good. Seven Sisters, good. Yeah, I'd say that's good. Free Bear's House, I really like the look of that one, so I'm going to say good. Rigel 7, good. Although it's a bubble. Hey, look at that, 2 bubbles. A Maple HQ and the Rigel. I like the Rigel 7, I think it looks really cool. And the Invisible House I really like as well. So, it's got to go to Treehouse of Horror, for sure. Yeah. So that concludes it pretty much. I just think the buildings are far better in that one. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tricky. So, of course, that concludes it because Game of Games cannot win. I'm glad I got rid of Game of Games. I don't know, I kind of just knew that I couldn't let Game of Games get through. So, yeah, that concludes it. In terms of the decorations, I'm actually looking at it now because I didn't think about that. That would be tricky because some of the Game of Games ones I really don't like that much. Some of the stands, but they do have more. I think decorations I probably would... Oh man, that is a difficult one. I'm glad that didn't come down to choosing the points. I'm looking at them now. I probably would have given them to Game of Games, to be honest. Just a little bit, like only ever so slightly. And then my overall feel, I probably would have given to that. Yeah, that was tight. That was really tight. Like, all of those rounds were really tight. So, yeah, Treehouse of Horror goes through to the next round easily. But, like I said, that was tight as hell. That was difficult. So anyway, tell me your thoughts. We'll submit those scores. Hopefully they go through. Yeah, so of course, the Treehouse of Horror XXX goes on to battle Homapalooza. Tune in next week where we'll be looking at the Simpsons TapTap Christmas 2013 versus the Simpsons TapTap Simpsons Babies, which of course won a Halloween update last round. In round 1. Yeah, so we are about halfway through now. We're officially halfway through, I believe. So there's 4 here. for here. Yeah, so we are halfway through. We've reported the first half of round 3. So those are the first half so far. So you got Tap Ball, Treehouse Horror, XXX, Springfield Christmas Special, Twilligers, and you got Superheroes, Springfield Jobs, Home Palooza, and Treehouse Horror, XXX. So we have these are the remaining ones left. Christmas 2013, Simpsons Babies versus Simpsons Babies. The week after that will be Time Travel Toaster versus Mozark. Week after that will be 2015 versus Secret Agents. Week after that will be Easter 2014 versus 2012. Week after that will be Bart Royale versus Burns Casino. And the week after that will be Wild West versus Winter 2015. The week after that will be Treehouse of Horror XXX versus Destination Springfield. And then the final week of round 2 will be the Treehouse of Horror XXVII versus Itchy and Scratchyland. So very, very interesting. I'm glad we're nearly done with this. I set it out thinking that it'd be easy, but it's been a fun ride so far. But we're only about halfway through the entire thing, I think. I don't know. I think we're probably coming to halfway of the entire thing. But yeah, so like I said, tell me your thoughts. I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching as always. Goodbye.